In a peaceful little village, there lived a young boy named Kabir. He was bright, curious, and brimming with potential. But Kabir had one major hurdle. He couldn't focus. His mind was like a restless bird, flitting from one thought to the next. Whenever he sat down to study, his attention would wander to his phone, his friends, or the games he longed to play. No matter how hard he tried, he just couldn't stay on task. His father, seeing his struggle, would often say, "Son, your mind is like a wild horse. If you don't learn to control it, it will pull you in every wrong direction. But if you can discipline it, it will carry you anywhere you wish to go." Kabir would nod, but the wisdom of these words never truly sank in. He understood the concept, but he didn't know how to apply it. The frustration grew, and he started to believe that maybe he just wasn't cut out for deep, focused work. One sunny afternoon, Kabir's father decided it was time for a different approach. He took Kabir to meet a wise teacher known as Guruji, a man renowned for his ability to guide young people toward their true potential. Guruji's presence was calm and reassuring. He listened patiently as Kabir's father explained the boy's struggle with concentration. After hearing the story, Guruji smiled gently. He didn't offer a lecture or a complex solution. Instead, he led Kabir into his beautiful, serene garden and handed him a small glass, filled to the very brim with water. "Walk around my garden once with this glass," Guruji instructed. "But remember one thing. You must not spill even a single drop." Kabir looked at the glass, then at the smooth garden path. "This will be easy," he thought to himself. He took his first step, his eyes glued to the shimmering surface of the water. But the garden wasn't silent. Birds chirped beautiful melodies from the trees. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves, creating a soft, whispering sound. In the distance, other children were laughing and playing. Each sound was a tiny hook, pulling at his attention. He glanced at a colorful butterfly fluttering by, and a little water sloshed over the rim. He turned his head toward the sound of laughter, and another small splash wet his hand. The more he looked around, the more water he lost. By the time he completed the single lap and returned to Guruji, the glass was only half full. Guruji looked at the glass, then at Kabir's downcast face. "Why did you spill so much water?" he asked, his voice kind but firm. Kabir, feeling ashamed, lowered his eyes and mumbled, "I got distracted." Guruji's smile returned. He placed a hand on Kabir's shoulder. "This glass," he explained, "is like your goal. The water inside is your focus, your energy, your attention. The distractions all around you, the birds, the laughter, the thoughts that pull you away, are simply the world trying to claim your energy. If you don't discipline your mind to stay on the path, you will lose your focus. And when you lose your focus, you lose your dreams, drop by drop." That moment was a turning point for Kabir. The simple analogy of the water glass clicked in his mind in a way his father's words never had. He finally understood. It wasn't about being smart or talented. It was about protecting his focus. He decided to start small, to build his discipline brick by brick. He created a simple routine. He began waking up at the same time every single day, bringing order to his mornings. When it was time to study, he made a pact with himself. His phone would be kept in another room, out of sight and out of mind. He stopped trying to multitask, realizing it was just another word for doing several things poorly. Instead, he committed to giving his full, undivided attention to whatever task was in front of him, whether it was solving a math problem or simply listening to a conversation. To train his restless mind, he started practicing meditation for just 5 minutes each morning. He would sit quietly, close his eyes, and focus on his breath. At first, it was incredibly difficult. His thoughts still wandered, jumping from one worry to the next. But each time his mind strayed, he didn't get frustrated. He simply remembered the glass of water and gently, patiently, pulled his focus back to his breath. It was a mental push-up, and with each repetition, his mind grew stronger. Slowly but surely, things began to change. His concentration sharpened. He could read for longer periods without feeling the urge to check his phone. His memory improved, and the concepts he studied began to stick. Naturally, his grades started to climb. He felt a new sense of control, a quiet confidence that came not from his intelligence, but from his newfound discipline. Months passed, turning into a full year of consistent effort. Then, an announcement was made about a prestigious national competition. Students from all over the country were invited to solve a series of highly difficult problems under intense time pressure. It was a true test of intellect and mental fortitude. Encouraged by his progress, Kabir decided to participate. On the day of the competition, the hall was buzzing with nervous energy. The questions were as complex as promised, and soon many students began to show signs of panic. They fidgeted, sighed, and frantically flipped through pages. But Kabir remained calm. He remembered Guruji's lesson. He pictured the glass of water, full to the brim. He didn't think about the other students, the clock, or the prize. He focused on one question at a time, pouring all his mental energy into it until it was solved, and only then moving to the next. When the results were finally announced, a wave of excitement swept through Kabir's village. He had been declared the winner. His family and friends erupted in celebration. His parents' eyes filled with tears of pride, not just for the victory, but for the journey he had undertaken. Guruji, watching from the sidelines, smiled and said, "Now, you truly understand. A disciplined mind is far more powerful than talent, luck, or even raw intelligence." From that day forward, Kabir was no longer just the bright boy who couldn't focus. He became known as the boy who had mastered his mind. His story became a local legend, a source of inspiration for everyone, young and old. It taught them that true strength isn't found in being the fastest or the most naturally gifted. It's found in the quiet, steady ability to stay focused when the entire world is trying to distract you. If this story resonated with you, don't let its message fade away. Take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who might need this reminder of their own inner strength, and subscribe to our channel. Let's continue this journey of growth and wisdom together. Remember, the next chapter of your success story begins the very moment you decide to discipline your mind. Thank you for watching.